Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be talking about our milk machine.
Yeah, so we got the Deluxe portable vacuum pump. It's made by Ezee equipment. And yep, so this is the whole kind of workhorse. It's got a 1 horsepower. You got your pulsator on top of what's going to hold your milk. And then the milking bowl on here. And these are all, why I'm putting these out, because these are all unique pieces that when you get into milking your own cow, that you can change this. You can change the length of your air intake, your pulsator, and whatnot. This is all kind of customizable. And your pump is going to be basically your pump.
It's super windy today, so excuse the wind. We actually do all of our milking inside a tent, and we're in northern Canada, so that really does show the tried and trueness of this machine, that it works in the minus 20s, in the minus 30s, and I think we've even done it in minus 40 ones. Yeah,
it was minus 41, and these two is if you're out looking for some, and if you're in the north and you're milking your cow, probably having a plastic one of these, which you can get because seeing the milk come in and seeing how much you're getting is handy. If you've got a nice warm barn, yeah, 100%. We don't have that, obviously. So steel's gonna be the ticket. I'm not gonna wanna break this.
So Matilda here is currently nursing a calf. We're not milking her right now. And so I'm just gonna put some clips of times I have been milking her. They'll just be selfie clips from my iPhone, but then you get kind of an idea of what the milk machine looks like while it's in action.
Yeah.
So here's those clips right now. Okay, so as you could see in those clips, that's what the milk machine sounds like. It sounds different than the typical milk machines I think people are used to hearing.
Yeah, and if you can hear the pulsing in it, there's this little kind of, tuning fork?
Yeah.
It takes like an Allen key right here, and you can twist it so you get the right kind of rhythm. There, it can go pop, 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 or da, 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 right? There's a really, really fine point of what she likes to have on her. And yeah, so there's that right there, and then this, because this is your pulsator, obviously, and you can control that with her. All right, guys, so I got the pulsator here, and these two go to your claw, and this underneath part here is where your air is going to come from your vacuum pump. And then right here, that's what's going to kind of tune it. And so now what I'm going to show you the inside here, the filters, the pre-filter, and everything that's inside, like the agitator and whatnot. All right, let's go. Here's a screw. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you guys the inside of this. Boom, if I can get it off. There we go. So what you have here, that's just the case. Then you got a filter. We gotta change ours, obviously. And then you have so it's a fine particle one. Then you have a little bit bigger one right there. See it? That just pops right out. Then inside here, this goes back and forth, and both these mechanisms right here are what's going to make this pulsing sound. Agitating all as it goes. And it does that in this whole system. You can adjust that right here. Right about there, that's where your whole air exchange is going to happen. A really easy system to kind of do and put back together and whatnot. Put that back on top, and you're good to go.
And now that's gonna go on top of the lid here. That's how this design is. There's tons of different designs out there, but this is this one's design.
One side kind of has what you want to call a dovetail, and then it's flat. So it's flat there. You got a little curve here, and they kind of actually marry each other quite well because the back of this is also tapered. So that's how it's gonna go. Kind of bulletproof. And now we're gonna put this on the lid for you. Boom. So I like to do this part first, this rubber piece, have that facing the right direction.
And that's what it looks like underneath now.
Yeah. And then we're going to take this and slide that in underneath, and that locks in. And then after that, we're just going to slide this bolt nice and tight. And again, I don't know what it is, but you got a steel bolt and you got a plastic nut. I know they sell stainless ones, but my goodness, they don't work because ours is slightly stripped.
So that's what it should look like. And then that just sits. Oh, there's a bit of a, what do you call that? Taper or whatever.
Yeah, and that's just for your handle to lock in on.
So you put it like that and then your handle locks in.
Make sure you don't put it on sideways. You go to lift this up, it's just gonna pop up, right?
Yeah.
All right, so that meets up nice and 90. And then all your tubes, make sure they're on. That's a big mistake that can happen. You think you're milking and nope, you're not. You guys can see, that's the vacuum tube I'm putting back on. Wow, is it windy. Holy.
And then it just goes like that. And this is super easy to carry around and it hooks on really nicely. Basically those big machines that you see in dairies, it's that, but in a really compact, tiny form.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good for that.
And this being like, 115, 120 volts, you can run this again. We've ran it off the solar.
Yep.
The little portable solar is what I'm talking about, little solar generator, the Blue Eddy. It's powered this, and it's done well. That one time we milked her on the edge of the highway, right?
Yeah.
In the trailer. Trailer.
Yeah, we actually milked her downtown in the city down south when we were visiting family once. I have a clip of that as well.
Wow, that is a lot of milk.
Yeah. As well.
Yeah.
And so this thing's super portable. All right, so we're gonna show you guys what it looks like to hook this thing up, and I'm just gonna cover it with my fingers because like I said, we're not in milk right now.
This is going to the pump, to the vacuum here.
And then this side of that will just get hooked right to this black part right here. If you can see that.
Yeah. So that's at the top of the canister. And then we have a couple little valves here because you can actually, with this pump, it moves 8 cubic feet a minute of air. So you are actually capable of doing 2 cows at once at
Which
the
is
exact
awesome.
same time. Yeah, this is great, right? So you turn that one off, and then we already have this one on, but it'd be off this way on. So that's on, that's ready to go. We're plugged in.
One gripe we have though is that it does not have on-off switch. You have to either plug it in, or Mr. B actually bought a switch for us. But because we're not in milk right now, we took it all apart. So I'm just gonna go plug this into our extension.
Yeah, and the switch that I did get for this, it just goes between your power source. So it just remotely connects to it, turns it on, and turns this whole system on. Yeah, so there's no switch on this, and we're good to go.
So I just want to show you this. There is a brake you can put on your line. It's like a metal clamp essentially to stop the milk flow so that you can essentially so that you can stop milking.
Yeah, and keep it safe too,
And
right?
keep it safe
as you take
from
it off.
contamination and stuff. So, but this also comes with this brake here. So you can twist that and then pull it up. And if you look inside there, you can see that covers that. So that'll relieve the pressure so that you can take these off of your cow without injuring her. But I just wanted to show that quick that that's how this one works. We honestly hardly ever use that. We just relieve the pressure from the machine itself. But it is a feature that they have on this.
Right.
I will share also that our cow's a 3-teater as of this year. We had an issue with another cow. Oh. And so we just got this here.
Yeah, basically it's, I don't think it might be a plug for a hydraulic line or something else. But anyways, just picked it up at one of the hardware stores. And it fits perfectly into the diameter of one of these. And that's, we're just shutting it off. I know there are, this was a pinch. So we had to get this in a pinch instantly because she needed milking, right? And that's not going to wait. So there was no store where we are that has the actual plugs you can get for this. They go in and they keep all these plugs. So as you go to put the claw onto the cow, you pull those out, insert it, pull it in, put it on, right? We don't have that. And we'll probably be getting those in the future. But yeah, so I know there are ones that are made for this.
But this worked really well and it was cheap.
Exactly.
And if you're into cheap fixes that work, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So
once you get a vacuum, you're laughing.
So that's what we have for that. And you could get, obviously you could cover as many as you needed to, but we just have to cover the ones. All right, so we're just gonna touch on some specs on this thing for you guys.
Yeah, so your oil. I've always checked it like every 6 months. I'll check it, see where it's at, and it's simply just popping this cap open if anybody's curious. And then inside is just your whole oil tank. Right here, you can see that it's right in the middle. So right in the middle is where they say you want it to be. You don't want it to be suctioning up to here and you don't want it to be low down to there. That is a nice sweet spot and it's nice and clean still. And it's just, yeah, it's good to go. Haven't had to do that. So this is kind of a little tricky, but you gotta pop it in and boop.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it has a little vacuum nipple on the top there. Tires, had to replace those. Just replace them with better ones that are a little bit more robust and whatnot. I think they're ones you can get off dolly.
Yeah.
Dolly wheels.
I think we just got them at a hardware store. Super easy.
Oh yeah, and the oil you can throw into these is like a 10W30, just like a motor oil into the tank. And then what I would suggest is that when you just get some bigger hoses, bigger lines.
Longer.
So yeah, we get I think it was 2-3 feet. That's all the system was, right? And you're paying $3,500 for the whole setup.
Yeah, it's like 30. Well, we got this almost 5 years ago, and it was 35. Oh, I'll put the price right here because I have an email with it.
Yeah, so we upgraded the airline.
Yeah.
The vacuum, so we could have the whole pump situation just a little further away from us. Upgraded that. What do we got? The thing spins at 1,700 RPMs, and then your KPA. The kind of sweet spot is like right in the center. I think you would say it's about 0.5 kPa is where you want to be. Yeah, or you can be 15 Hg. And this right here is your vacuum. So you can set this up, spin it one way, and you'll get more pressure. Spin it the other, you'll get less. And then when you find the spot that you like, just spin it down and it'll lock into place. So the electric motor, I blow this out. So like anything, right? Take care of it. You know, blow it out. Check your oil. Keep things clean. Check your belts on the backside here. This has 2 inside here. And
which you have not replaced.
Yeah, haven't had to replace, right? No. So as long as you do those things, I believe this is going to be good for you. It's been out here. It's been in the back of our truck. It's been absolutely everywhere Matilda has been needed to milk, right?
Yeah. And so, yes, this is on like a full dolly itself with the tires and that. But it is heavy.
Yeah.
It's not a light machine.
I think they say it's 68 pounds is what I think.
Okay, yeah. Like, I can't just go ahead and lift it. No. I roll it using that. Yeah, it's heavy.
That right there is just your vacuum. It's kind of an exit for it, an exhaust for the whole system to go. It's pulling air in one end, and it's got to exhaust it out another, right? So basically, when it pulls the vacuum in here, it comes in through these two, or the one, down into your tank. Any humidity or whatnot's going to be pressurized in here and caught in here. And this is what's actually pulling it down into there. So it comes up now into your pump, and it's going to exhaust it out there. So it has to kind of in and out and return, right? Sometimes you get the humidity trapped in hoses or trapped in the machine here, just from the heat that comes off the milk itself. And so that can get trapped in some of these machines, and it can cause you problems in the minuses. But we haven't ever had that. The only thing that you will run is if you leave your air tube connected all up, and you leave that out, because that'll have humidity still in it, right? And then you get into those minuses, and then it's just gonna freeze. And then what can happen is right on these little intakes here, is that I'll just get a little block up of ice. But it would just be a torch, and you run in this, and you melt that until it clears itself. Really easy fix, but that's it that we've had with the freezing part.
So basically, anybody could build themselves one of these.
100%, it's been done.
It's this that you need to like put together and find to match this.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, anybody could make themselves one of these. We just bought this already pre-made for us so that we could just go. But once you understand the mechanism and how it works, how it functions, you can totally self-build.
Oh, totally, right?
So we're actually super happy with this machine.
Yeah.
We cannot believe that it works in, like, I've never had to hand milk. And the only time I've ever had to hand milk was I put this on backwards and I couldn't figure that out, but that was totally user error. And once Mr. B came and rescued me, it was working totally fine, and it was literally just me. So besides that, this thing has worked like so good. So yes, you could build your own, but this one specifically will do you a solid for at least 5 years, because that's where we're at, and we see it not dying for many more years.
Haven't had a problem, guys. So you can customize and switch it up and get all your tubes, different pulsators, different milk bowl, all that stuff. Go crazy with it. You can set up your whole situation. You can have like 4 different ones coming off the top of here. So technically, I guess if you could have 4 coming into here, you could have 2 here, so you could have like, what, 8?
Yeah, you can have a lot.
You can get crazy with this whole situation.
But yeah, this one, yeah, like we said, it also has 2. We just have to buy another one of these situations, but yeah. I
guess actually, guys, so that's the package. Portability of it, look at it that way, okay? And then if you do have a small generator, 4500 or whatever, an Onan, say, okay, or an electric generator, those two. I'm just saying, if you put that with this, you got a whole off-grid, away from hydro, milk your cow situation. Like we can milk on the side of the road, our cow.
So I guess that's it.
Yeah.
That's all for today.
2 thumbs up. Good job.
We love it, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Take care. Bye-bye.